Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany for those of you who are new, so welcome to today's video. So today I wanted to do a holiday glam makeup tutorial for you guys. I did use the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette. I feel like this palette just screams like fall and holiday to me. And yeah, so if you guys want to see how I created this kind of cranberry holiday eye look, then just keep watching. First, I'm going to take my sponge and dip it into some translucent powder and put this under my eyes, just because I don't want any fallout on my face, because if I had to redo my makeup, I'd be a little upset. Alright, to start things out, I am going to take my Morphe E22 and I'm going to dip into this shade right here called Air. It's just like a really nice nude color, and I'm going to set all over my eye with this color and blend it up into my crease as well with a different brush, but I'm just using this to pack it on. This brush is more dense, so it's easier to kind of set my lid. I did set my lid with translucent powder after I set it, like I covered it with concealer, because that's how I like to set my eyes. I have been using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer over my Shape Tape because I am a little bit more dry because it is colder out, so I haven't been experiencing like anything weird with my makeup and concealer interacting like sometimes the Shape Tape does. So I'm going to dip into Air again and take my Morphe M433. Take whatever blending brush you have. BH Cosmetics has some really great brushes as well. And I'm just going to blend this in my crease and go a little bit on my lid, just make sure everything is blended out. I just like to do windshield wiper motions, and then I'll also do like little circles like you see right here, just to make sure everything is blended really nicely. Next, I'm going to take my exact same brush and dip into this shade right here. It is called Princess. And I'm just going to take that exact same Morphe brush I just used, and I'm going to put this in my crease and blend it out with windshield wiper motions again. I'm just barely dipping in. You really don't need to like swirl your brush in any palette. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, if you have to like tap it off, you will be like wasting eyeshadow in my opinion. So I'm just going to keep layering colors before I go with the shimmer, just so it looks really nice and blended. Alright, next I'm going to take this really soft Morphe blending brush. It is slightly tapered, but it's like a wider tapered. So next I'm going to dip into the shade Real Prerogative. It is this one in the palette right there. And I'm just going to put this in my crease as well. It's just a little bit darker. Like I said, I just like to layer a bunch of colors, and then I'll go in with the shimmer. I feel like if you go in with multiple colors instead of just like one or two, it just helps the look really blended out. And it's a good way to ensure you don't have any harsh lines in the end. Alright, so next I'm going to go in with a smaller, skinnier, tapered brush just to get a little bit closer to my crease line and not blend it up as much. So you can see this one is a little bit fluffier than this one, so this is the one I'm going to use next. So I'm going to take the smaller one and I'm going to dip into the shade Duchess. It is this one right there. And I'm just going to lightly dip my brush because this shadow is super pigmented, and just focus it in my crease, especially in the outer third, and just kind of smudge it in there as you see me doing. And then once there's less product, I will go in farther just to kind of blend it out. So next I'm going to dip in to the shade Ladyship. It is this one right here. Just like a really nice, pretty, dark purple. Kind of bright, I guess. But I'm going to go back in with that bigger tapered Morphe brush. Just lightly dip my brush in. I'm going to tap it off just a little bit because the shade is pigmented. And blend this into my crease. So now I added some pink colors to the like warm orange and brown. Alright, so now that the rest of my eyes are complete, I'm ready to do the Oliver shimmer. So first I'm going to take my Morphe G14 and I'm going to wet it with my MAC Fix Plus just a little bit, just to avoid fallout. You really don't need to wet these, like wet your brush for these shadows because they are super pigmented, but I just want to try to avoid fallout, so I always tend to do that with my shimmer shadows. I'm going to dip into this shade right here. It is called Noble Woman. It's that like pretty cranberry shimmer color in the palette, and I'm going to pack this all over my lid. Alright, so here is the eye look so far. So next I am going to go back in with the small tapered Morphe brush and dip into the shade Duchess really quickly and just kind of make sure you can see and make sure everything is blended out. So whenever I do this, I like to kind of like, I can't wink, so I try to make my eye as stretched as possible while being able to see. You can close it if you want. I just like to be able to see what I'm working with. So before I dust away my powder underneath my eyes, I'm going to go in and do my lower lash line real quick. So I'm going to take the Morphe E18 brush and I'm going to dip into the shade Royal Prerogative right there. It's like the kind of brown medium nude color, and just sweep this under my eye. Next, I'm going to dip into the shade Princess with this exact same brush. Add a little bit of pink mauve to it. Alright, and lastly I am going to dip into the shade Duchess right there, and I may actually mix in a little bit of Ladyship with it just to kind of bring in some of that purple. But I'm going to focus this on the outer half of my eye. Alright. So now I'm going to go ahead and align my eyes. So first, I'll go ahead and do my lower lash line real quick. I'm using the Marc Jacobs highliner in black. I did get a little bit of transfer right there, so I'm just going to take a Q-tip. I'm just going to sweep with the powder I still have and do that. Once I put on mascara, you honestly won't see it, so it's not a huge deal. Because when I do put on mascara, my lower lash line like does get pretty full. Alright, so for a liner, I'll be using my NYX Matte Liquid Liner. I love this stuff and it's super affordable. And it doesn't flake or anything like that. So that is also a reason I love this stuff. I like it also because it's so small, so I feel like you can really get a good grip and have control over your liner, especially if you want to do wings, which I don't a lot of the time, but lately I have been. But I know not everyone likes winged liners, so I'm gonna leave it off today, especially because you probably won't see it with my lashes anyways. Plus, wing liner, I feel like, is something that you can just add on your own, you know what I mean? So, now for mascara, you can just use any mascara. I'm going to put on false lashes, but I know not everyone likes wearing false lashes. I'm just personally feel super weird without them. And my top lashes are not the best, to be honest. So, I'm using the Tarte Gifted Mascara. Alright, and then I cut my lower lashes. I feel like my lower lashes are just like so much fuller than my top, and they always have been. So I am going to sweep away the powder now, which I really didn't have much fallout, but it's nice to have, especially if your mascara likes to flake a little bit. So it's another good reason to keep it there. So I am going to apply my false lashes. I'm going to do this off camera just to save some time, and I have a video of me applying false lashes. So yeah, I'll be right back. So I went ahead and popped on my blush and highlight while my lashes are drying. I'm just wearing like a really pretty light orange blush from my like NARS blush palette. It has like blushes, and I mentioned it in my Nordstrom haul video. It's that palette, and I'm wearing the highlight MAC Whisper of Guilt on my cheeks and face. And while my eyes are drying, I am going to do like my inner corner and brow bone highlight on camera for you guys. So I'm just gonna take this Morphe R41, and I am actually going to dip into the shade Crown. It's this white shimmer color right there in the left corner. And I'm gonna pop this in my inner corner. And I'm also going to put it right under my brow. I accidentally got some in my brow here, and it looks kind of weird, so whenever I do that, I like to just go back over with my pencil. So, just like that. Easy peasy. And then lastly, to finish my look, besides lipstick, bet that's what you were thinking, I like to take my liquid liner and go over my lash line and stuff just to make sure it's even, and because I don't like when you can see the band, or if like it's not even, like if you have hooded eyes, sometimes it gets a little wrinkled up, and I don't like the look of that, so I like to just go back over. I just set my brush right against my lash line and drag it across. And now you got like a nice clean line. Plus sometimes the glue doesn't like to dry down all the way really quickly. So, especially when I'm in a hurry, I also like to do this like in the mornings before work, because you can't tell that it's not completely done drying, and it just makes my life easier. Alright, so I settled on a lipstick. I wanted to kind of keep it dark, and it just kind of reminded me of like a holiday fall glam type of look. So I did use the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Sauvage. It's from the Desi and Katie collab. It's just like a really dark vampy purple. I think it looks really good with the eye look, plus it kind of reminds me of my shirt, honestly. So yeah, you could keep this lip like honestly nude or dark like this, or nothing. Like, I just like this eye look, but I just love it because you can kind of like go whatever way you want with it. So yeah, that is it for this video. If you guys liked this tutorial and want to see more, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel before you leave, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!